So, good morning, children. I am Radhika, your biology teacher at Dr. Bison School. How are you all? Fine? Staying at home, watching the videos and doing the works? Very good. So, here I am to teach you about the next part of our second chapter, that is the plant tissues. Okay, children. So, in the previous video, I had explained about the tissues in the leaf peel, isn't it, of Tradescantia or beetle, and compared that with that of the onion peel. And we have seen that in the both there are depending upon the function, they are arranged in different groups, isn't it? So today we are here to understand further how the roots could be, how the cells could be in the roots. Okay, so here we shall continue with our next activity, that is the cells in the root tip. As I told, the cells are, the roots are performing a different function, that is to absorb the water from the soil. So for that we have got a very good activity, that is to observe the cells in the roots of an onion. Okay, so it's a normal activity now, especially during the rainy season, it's very easy. So today I have kept one onion in a bottle. Okay, so with the roots, see here I have taken some roots, the onion roots you all can observe. Can you all observe carefully? You can observe, isn't it? Can you observe the roots? Yes. See, so I have taken. So you can take any such onion, okay, and put it in water. Okay, here you can see the onion I have put in the water. Okay, and leave it for few days. As you leave, you see that, but the root should be dipped in the water. So as you see, if you leave for a few days, for 1 or 2 days, I am going to leave. Later, I shall be showing how the roots are growing in the from the onion. Okay, so the root tips I can observe nicely in the onion. So can you all see this? Yes, you all can see this, isn't it? So here I have taken such onion and kept. Okay, now we are going to perform the write about the same activity. Later we shall be, but we cannot observe the roots in the lab. Okay, but when you come to the school, we shall be carrying out that activity. We shall be understanding very well about the tissues. Okay, so for now I shall just give you the activity, that is activity 4, cells in a root tip. Activity 4. The name of the chapter is plant tissues. In that, activity 4. What is that activity? Cells in a root tip. In this A and B part is given cells in a root tip. I just write it on top so that I can save the space. Cells in a root tip. Okay, so for that, how we can observe? So here we have to compare, are the cells in the root tip similar to that of the leaf tip, or all they different? So how we are going to observe that? For that we have to perform this activity. Take a transparent or plastic glass bottle filled with water. Take an onion bulb slightly larger than the mouth of the bottle. Put the onion bulb on the mouth of the bottle as shown in the figure. Here I have done this, isn't it? Same thing you have seen in the figure in the textbook also. So you can take any glass or any such small one bottle in which you can see, or you can take a larger onion and a larger glass bottle. In that you have to place in such a way that the roots will touch the water. Okay, and observe the growth of the roots for a few days till they grow to nearly an inch. Till the inch they have to see. Take the onion out and cut some of the root tips. Then take an onion root tip, place it on the slide. Put a drop of water and then a drop of glycerine on it. Cover it with a cover slip. Put the 2 to 3 layers of filter papers on the cover slip. Tap the cover strip. We have to just press it hard with that. Okay. Gently and press with the blunt end of the needle or brush to spread the material. Observe the structure and arrangement of the cells. Draw the diagram of that you have observed under the microscope. Are all the cells similar? Yes, there again we find that the cells are similar. How is the arrangement of cells? Okay, so here we are going to write about this activity again. Okay, this activity again we need to write. Take a transparent bottle filled with water. So the first step is, what is that? Here I just write the procedure. You can write the materials required and all. I have not written here. The first chapter I have been writing all that. So now I expect that you all will write on your own. Take a transparent glass, plastic or glass bottle. Take a transparent plastic or glass bottle. Glass bottle filled with water. Take an onion bulb slightly larger. Take an onion bulb slightly larger than the mouth of the bottle. Than the mouth of the bottle. Okay. Put the onion bulb on the mouth. Put the onion bulb on the mouth. Observe the growth of the roots for a few days. Observe the growth of the roots for few days. Okay, till they grow to nearly an inch. Till they grow to nearly an inch. Okay, children, take the onion out and cut some of the root tips. Take the onion out and cut some of the roots. Okay. Root tips. Fifth one. Take an onion root tip. Take one such onion root tip. An onion root tip. Okay. So please note this down. Next we shall go to the further part. So have you noted down? So please note down. Okay, so you can zoom in, you can pause where I am not obstructing the board, and then you can write down. Okay, I shall rub it off and go to the next part. That is, sorry. Okay, I am continuing writing. Please note down that. Place it on a slide. You have to take the root tip and place it on a slide. So when you come to the school, we shall be carrying out this activity. Put a drop of water and drop of glycerine. Put a drop of water and then glycerine. Okay. Glycerine on it. Glycerine on. Next. Cover it with a cover slip. Cover it with a cover slip. Okay, put two to three layers of filter paper so that it is not damaged and easily we can press. Okay, filter papers on it on the cover slip and gently press, tap the cover slip, tap the cover slip gently with blunt end of the needle, with blunt end of the needle, blunt end of the needle. Over. Okay. Then observe the structure and arrangement of cells. Observe the structure and arrangement of cells. Okay, and then we have to draw the diagram. Okay, so please first note this down, then I will go to the next part. See, in the root tip, we can find that the cells, some of them could be smaller, some of them are bigger, and more number of cells could be there because in this region we can find the division, that is, the number of cells are increasing, growth is there. Okay, the cells are continuously dividing and producing more and more cells, and they are very thin, okay, and very simple cells. During the growth, the cells we can see that they are very simplified or the simplest cells. Okay, that's how it is. So shall I rub it off, children? So please note down and I'll rub it off. Okay, I'll just draw the diagram. Then we go to the next part. If you are not able to draw this diagram also, it's all right because in the exam he may give the diagram and ask you to identify that. Okay, whereas the onion peel and all that, those diagrams are very important. You have to draw those diagrams without fail. But you have to learn the activity, how to write this activity. Okay, if you consider this one, here the outline I have drawn. Okay, in this region I can show the cells. Okay, they are see how the Robert Hooke found out the cells. They appear somewhat like that, isn't it? In this region also. Okay. So this is the pressed part. So we find like that. Okay. This region you could be finding the cells like this. Okay, that could be the internal part. So all these are the cells. As they are in the growing region, we can find those cells to be like this. Okay, children, like this we can see the cells in the root tip. This is the growing region. They are all very thin walled. They will have a simple thin wall. Most of the place will be occupied by the cytoplasm, and a prominent nucleus can be seen. Why all that is? Because they are undergoing the cell division. So wherever the division is occurring in that region, we can find the nucleus to be more prominent than rest of the places, because the nucleus plays an important role. Okay, these are the onion root tip. This is how it will appear. So this is our observation. Okay, are all the cells similar? Yes, they are all loosely packed and they are all tightly packed and they are similar. Okay, similar but no particular shape. Okay, so we may not say that exactly they are similar, somewhat little bit different but more or less similar, but the size could be varying. Some are bigger, some are smaller as they are undergoing division. Now, after understanding this, before going into the types, so here we have seen the different types of cells in the root tip. In the leaf they are different, in the onion peel they are different. Now further when we see that in the center of the stem the cells could be different. So why they are different? So what are the different types of tissues we can see in the plants? That division I will give today. Okay, next one I will explain about those different types of tissues. So you all have understood this part. Then I go to the next part. Okay, how the plant tissues can be classified. Classification of plant tissues. So when we consider the plant tissues, okay, so before that I will give the definition of the tissues. First write down that, then I will give the rest. Okay, cells in a groups which are tissue definition. First you write, then I will give that. Cells in groups which are cells in groups which are nearly similar in structure, nearly similar in structure and perform similar functions. Such group of cells are called tissues. Such group of cells are called tissues. Okay, so what are tissues? Having similar structure. Okay, they have similar structure and similar function. Similar structure and similar function, then they are called as tissues. Group of cells having similar structure and perform similar function. Please note down. Okay, note it down. So I shall give the classification. Okay, how we can divide the cells, tissues in the plant tissues. Okay, first one is we say that here according to the position and what function they are performing, one division I am giving here. Next time I will give one more division also. I can divide them into meristematic tissue, okay, meristematic. One is dermal. Okay, next one is ground tissue. And last one is vascular tissue. Okay, this is one method of classifying the plant tissues of meristematic tissue, dermal tissue, ground tissue and the vascular tissue. Okay, in another way also I can do that. Okay, or else in this only I can give. In meristematic tissue I can give three types again in meristematic: apical meristematic, lateral and intercalary. Apical, meristematic. Second one is lateral, meristematic. Third one is intercalary. Meristematic. Okay, now ground tissue again we can divide into the different types. They are the ground tissue is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. I just write here parenchyma, the third one is sclerenchyma. Okay, I shall be explaining about each one again. Now vascular tissue can be divided into two types again, xylem and phloem. There are two components, they are xylem, the other one is phloem. Okay, see, one way of classifying the plant tissues is like this. Okay, that is meristematic tissue and rest of them, all these things are called as a permanent tissue, and meristematic tissue is different. Okay, why the meristematic tissue is different like that? Because the meristematic tissue means The meristem means it is present in the growing regions. Normally, where do we find the growing regions? In the root, in the shoot tip. That is, the stem grows taller. New branches will arise, isn't it? Similarly, in the just now we have observed the onion root tip, isn't it? In the root tips. So wherever growth is there the new cells have to be formed, new tissues have to be formed. Then in that region we can find the meristematic tissue. Okay, so now each one where according to the location we have given these names: apical, meristem, lateral and intercalary. All that I shall be explaining later again in detail. Okay, with the help of an example. So meristematic tissue has the capacity. Why I am talking like this is, see, after a point of growth, the cells have to perform different functions, isn't it? Accordingly, there is structural change. Initially, all the cells will appear similar. So wherever the meristematic tissue is there, the cells will appear similar, but later they will attain different shapes, and according to that shape they will perform the function, they will attain the shape, and they perform different types of functions. So once they attain that shape and they start doing that function, they may not be able to divide and perform the other functions. Only the meristematic cells have that capacity to perform any function, like they can be further differentiated. So this differentiation occurs in the division after the cell division is over in the meristematic tissue, and they attain a permanent structure. So that's why we call them as permanent tissue. Rest of them we all call them as permanent tissue. So this is the meristematic tissue and these are all the permanent tissue. In that again the structure can be very simple or very complicated. If they have a very simple structure, in that we can study about the dermal tissue and the ground tissue. Both of them are the simple permanent tissue. Whereas the third one, that is the vascular tissue, is complex permanent tissue, because this itself will have many types of cells together. Many groups of cells together will form xylem. Many groups of cells will form the phloem. That's why we call this vascular tissue as complex permanent, whereas ground tissue and the dermal tissue is called as simple permanent. So the dermal tissue will be present in all the outer surfaces. I had explained about the leaf peel, isn't it? There I told that the dermal cells are there. So there we can find the cells. So they are all the dermal cells, okay, which are acting as a protective cells. Later I shall be explaining more about those dermal cells. Next one is the ground tissue, which is again made up of three types of tissues. They are parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Depending upon their structure and all, they are different from each other. That we shall be studying later. The third one is the xylem and phloem under the vascular tissue, that helps in the transportation of food materials, water, etc. in the plants. So please note this down. I give 1 or 2 minutes for you all to copy this down, children. Okay, so you all have copied this down. So basically you have understood how they could all be different. So in the next video I shall be explaining about the meristematic tissue and continuing with the further parts of the chapter, that is the different types of tissues that are there in this. Okay children, thank you for now. Please note down this very important table and help you to explain the different functions and the types very easily. Okay children, thank you once again.